Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whichever it may be for you. Come today with the idea to do some readings. That would be nice. And I've come, the readings that I do, I would like to share with you what my readings are about. So I did actually have my calabash here. I do have my calabash here to do some readings. The calabash itself is full of names, songs, quotes, energy animals, and feelings, and some emotions. And I have discovered through the universe giving it to me that a spiral of resistance, and we all experience this spiral of resistance when we are not moving when we're not moving, we're in resistance of some kind. This resistance is coming from somewhere. So the spiral of resistance, what it does is it teaches us where this resistance is coming from, what we will move into if we continue in this resistance, where we're coming from, and if we're able to change the resistance, if we're able to overcome the resistance, where we would end up. So that's what the readings will explain. And I'm looking forward to doing some. I can see someone's here. Hey, how you doing? How are you? I'm going to come so I can see the messages differently as well. You're okay. Hey, NASA. So I'm here today to do some readings if you'd like one. Would you like one? My name's Bridgitte, by the way. My name is Bridgitte. I'm from the UK, but I live in Spain. There's no but. Take out the but. I live in Spain. And yeah, as I mentioned, I've come today to do some readings. The readings will advise on the spiral of resistance, which is something that I've discovered through my own life, something that the universe has shown me from my own life. So it's something I want to share with you all because it's very useful. It helps us to know where we are, where we're going, and what to do to get to where we're going, where we want to be, where we want to be. So if you'd like a reading, let me know, and then I can do a reading for you. I can see two of you now. Hello, the next person. How you doing? Yeah. There's also you too, NASA. That sound is some stones and some chimes that are in the bottom of this calabash. That, as I explained, has names, songs, quotes, and energy animals in it. Feelings, emotions. And at the bottom, you can hear the stones and the chimes making noise, which are... I had a chime bracelet and I never wore it, so I decided to put it in there. So it can give messages. Hey, everything gives messages. You could use a reading. Great. So on top of using this calabash... It also has numbers in there, actually. On top of using this calabash, something else that happens when I read is that things around me speak to me. So if that happens, I'll let you know what's speaking and how it's speaking, what message it's offering. If anybody else would like a reading, then let me know. And when I finish with NASA, then I can come to you. All right, so NASA. And I can either use this or I could use how old you are at the moment, the day of your birth, not necessarily the whole date of birth. If you don't want to share that, that's not a problem. But the day, yeah, there's lots of ways, especially if it's to do with numbers, because I love numbers. All right, so NASA. May this reading be for the highest good of NASA. May you receive the information you need and may be open to receiving it. All right, we've got quite a few messages that were stuck on my hand. Let's see what they say. Let's see what they're saying. We have, I did mention names. Names for me are very interesting because names are, they're not generally somebody you know. Very rarely are they somebody you know. It does happen that they do resonate with someone you know, but most of the time they don't. Names for me are like a keyword. They tell me something about an energy that's coming through for you. So this is the name Natalie, and it says a childhood friend. So I feel like for you, you have somebody. This could be either two things. Usually it would be that there's somebody that's passed that was a childhood friend that is contacting you. If that doesn't resonate though, because it doesn't, it's like I'm being shown something else. It could be that you have somebody that's coming back into your life that was a childhood friend. But it could also be that somebody that's passed has is letting you know they're still with you. They're still around you. Yeah. Yeah, it's likely to be that. We have the name Olive, a grandmother figure. Yeah. This is interesting because this is like two spirits now. It's like a lot of spirit energy around you. I want to see what the grandfather figure. No. Ralph. It's a name again. This one says going or moving away, emotional healing. Maybe that's why you've got so much spirit around you, because you're going through some emotional healing. Going or moving away is that you've got a holiday planned or that you are moving to a new place. Maybe that's why there's this help around you. It feels like a lot of help around you. Maybe that's why, because you'll be moving somewhere or you're going on a trip. And at the moment, it's like it feels difficult. It feels heavy for you. It's not something that you're really looking forward to. Although going away normally is something we look forward to, but this is not feeling like that. We have the name, we have the singer, Mariah Carey. Oh, the light is really shining. And we have the song Hero. Please forgive my voice. Then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on. Your messages are all saying the same thing. And you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. You've got emotional healing, you've got hero, talking about how strong you are. And then you have the number 2, that is a message of love is all around. But the message for the number 2, love is all around when we're connected. But this is kind of like you've disconnected at the moment. You're in a place that you're not necessarily feeling supported or loved or guided. It's like you're feeling alone. The number 2 for me always feels like there's some kind of depression around you or feeling extremely low. This makes a lot of sense why you've got a lot of people around you. Hero is all about you lifting yourself up, you knowing that you are stronger than you believe yourself to be, that things are moving in the way that they need to be moving for you to be able to emotionally heal, for you to be able to move away or move on towards better, bigger things. Another name. This is somebody that's around you that has a unisex name. It says Justin and Justina. It's a name that somebody has that's passed away, that's with you. And the name can be used in masculine or feminine, like Justin or Justina. Their name doesn't have to be Justin or Justina. It's just an example of a unisex name. It could be Alexander and Alexander, whatever the female version, or is that the female? Whatever. You get the idea. You get the idea. We have chimpanzee, silly Billy. This is about you allowing yourself to have fun, allowing yourself to be juvenile, childish, and just enjoy the things around you. That helps you to come out of the 2. Because the 2, like I said, it is this kind of heavy feeling, but the 2 in high vibration is all love, is all loving. And what the two does when we're in low vibration to bring us out is it shows us lots of synchronicities. It puts things in front of us. For example, me being here with you, I don't know you, I've never seen you before. I don't really do lives on YouTube. I've not even been on YouTube for a long time. So this is a synchronicity, you being here now, receiving this message, or maybe you see twos a lot, or you see certain animals around that remind you of people that have passed, or the smell of something. We receive things in so many different ways, but you will be receiving a lot of messages from the universe that are kind of showing you where you're going, what you've asked for, and showing you that it's there in front of you if you're willing to look in that direction. For example, it's another name. This is astonishing. There's like over 250 messages in this, and they're not all names. This is a lot of the names. We have the name Trudy. It's an aunt figure. So you have a grandmother figure, an aunt figure, a childhood friend. They're moving away. The unisex name of somebody that has passed. Yeah, this is like they're really trying, they want you to know that they're with you, that they're guiding you, that they're supporting you, that they're loving you. There will be so many signs and synchronicities around you for you to be able to connect to. Like I said, it's just looking out for them, and not kind of dismissing them when you see them, so that you can accept what you're receiving. And in the acceptance of what you're receiving is love. It helps to lift your own vibration. I was going to give you an example. I'll give you an example. Let's say you saw a car one day and you were like, oh, I really like that car. It's nice. I'd love to have that car. And then after that, every day you start seeing that same car. It just keeps popping up in front of you. That day that you said, oh, I really like that car, that's you asking for the car because you've put energy and focus into it. So you've asked for it. This is just an example. And then the next day you keep seeing evidence of this car. It's the universe letting you know, I've heard you. It's on its way, or something similar that gives you that same emotional pleasure will come. So it's these little things that you've asked for and you'll see put in front of you. At the moment, this is a little bit lax. So this will be like, if you saw that, if you asked for, or not asked, but if you say, oh, I really like that car, and the next day you saw that car, you could have the kind of emotions of, I'm never going to have that car. I keep seeing this car and it's like I'm the only one that doesn't have it. Or you can feel like you're not able to get it, or jealous or envious of the people that do have it. So it's about you seeing it and not seeing it as something being rubbed in your face of you're not good enough to have it, but you seeing it and knowing that it's being shown to you because you are good enough to have it. So that's what this message is saying to you, NASA. Hope that made sense to you. If it resonates. There's a lot of help with you. If you don't know the song by Mariah Carey, check it out. Mariah Carey, Hero. It's very empowering. You deserve the empowerment. Yeah. There's something that's happened around you, I feel, that is kind of got you a little bit off balance, especially with the two. You're coming from the one. So the one is that there's something changing fundamentally inside of you, one part of you that's changing, and it's been uncomfortable, and now you're moving to the two. It does sometimes feel like we're not being supported or guided, but it's only because you're coming from the one that there's this big change that you're experiencing. It's generally an internal change to do with beliefs and ideas, self-beliefs. Yeah. So it makes sense to be in the two. But just know that the one is the one that you asked for. You wanted changes. You wanted things to be looking different in your life. And the two will be showing you that these changes are coming. Yeah. And the three is you at your ego self, which is the one, your higher self, which is the two, coming together and being able to move you forward in your authentic self, as your authentic self. you do have a lot of synchronicities. Yeah, you have the two. The two is all about synchronicities. The two, sometimes when we're feeling really low, we don't always notice the synchronicities. That's why I said that. It wasn't that you wouldn't notice. It's just that sometimes we don't notice. So it's great if you're noticing, because that means you're not that low. You're still in a place that you're recognizing synchronicities. So great. Yeah, pay attention to the synchronicities and feel the love all around you, because there's so much of it around you. So much of it around you. Yeah, very nice. It's a lot of empowerment in your reading. You've done something within yourself that is really changing you and bringing out a more childish version of you with the chimpanzee and a more confident version of self. It's very nice. Yeah. Okay, anybody else? Anybody else would like a reading? You're so welcome, Nasa. You're very welcome. And keep paying attention to the synchronicities, because they're amazing when you see them. If anybody else would like a reading, comment, and then I can come to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, everybody. Wherever you are. I'm in Spain. I'm from the UK, but I live in Spain. It's a beautifully hot day today. Hot, hot, hot. Anybody else? Nobody else wants a reading? All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain a little bit about the numbers, the spiral of resistance. So the spiral of resistance is something that came through me from the universe. It was handed to me. And it's basically a way of understanding how numbers speak to us. It's a way of understanding yourself, understanding your own insecurities, why there's stagnancy, why you feel the way you feel, why you're thinking the way you're thinking. So the one, for me, is split up into 6 different things. It's very interesting. But the one is, because I was given the messages through a standard deck of cards. So the one for me is the 1, the 10, the Jack, the Queen, the King, and the Joker. It's 6 different categories, but they all come under the 1. And the reason that they all come under the 1 is because they are all the roots. They are our ego. You see threes a lot. That makes a lot of sense. 33 especially makes a lot of sense to you because, like I said to you, Nasa, a lot of your messages that came out were from spirit. 33 is all about spirit. It's all about spirit being on your path, helping you and guiding you along the way. So 33 makes a whole heap of sense for you. And 333, for me, I see it as the same thing. Your ancestors being with you and you becoming more authentic to self, which is why I said you're coming from the 1 that you've been through this change. You're in the 2 now, which is kind of connecting to source energy, seeing the synchronicities, allowing them to help you grow. And that brings you to the 3, which is the ego self, the 1, the energetic self, the 2, coming together that allow you to be your authentic self. And that's maybe why you have so much help around you to enable you and empower you to be your authentic self all the time, as much as you can be. So the 1 is these six different parts, and they all have a different kind of energy to them. The Ace is more about change in, it's like a rebirth. It's like a baby coming out of the mother. It at that point of a baby coming out of the mother, it would be a kind of experience of abandonment. You're completely in a completely new world. There's no warm liquid holding you. You're not in an enclosed space anymore. Everything changes. Everything sounds different, looks different, smells different, tastes different. Everything is different. So the Ace for me is like that. It's a rebirth. It's that you have come into a new place of being and everything around you feels different. Everything around you feels new. And it's kind of walking with that newness so that you're able to continue to grow, learn, expand. Hey, Danny. Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. I will share more about the spiral of resistance though, and I will share it in a video by itself because it is very interesting and it helps a lot to know where you are and know where you want to be moving to and how to get there. So Danny. Nice to meet you, Danny. My name is Bridgitte. Danny. I'm using a calabash today. The calabash is full of names, songs, quotes, animals, and numbers. Danny. May this reading be for the highest good of Danny. May you receive the information you need and may you be open to receiving it. Danny. I wanted to get a chime. Let's see if I can get a chime. Ooh, we got a chime, Danny. You can ask a question, Ruby. I can't guarantee I'll answer it, but you can ask. And we have a champagne bottle. Oh, that's celebration, no? Celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on. Celebration. You have something to be happy about. Let's see if we find out what. Ooh, we have the Siamese cats. I am limitless. All right, I am limitless is an affirmation for you to use. It generally comes out when you're feeling limited, when you're seeing limitations in what it is that you're wanting to bring into your world. I am limitless, though, is an affirmation for you to use to remind yourself that you are limitless. There are no limitations. The only limitations you experience are what your mind is telling you you're limited in. The Jack Russell, out and about. They're both kind of house pets, no? I'm getting this feeling of kind of like being a hermit a little bit. I am limitless. It's like seeing limitations. I'm feeling really restricted. And then out and about, again, it's like the need to be out and about. So again, I'm feeling really restricted. And they're both house pets. So it's making me feel that you've been a bit of a hermit. And maybe the celebration is that you're coming out of this hermit mode, getting out and about, seeing the potential that's in front of you rather than your world through limitations. Out and about is all about you experiencing life, doing things you enjoy. The Jack Russell is a noisy dog. It likes to talk a lot. It is very yappy, no? It talks a lot. So it's like allowing yourself to begin to socialize again, because I do feel this is a bit hermity. It's like bringing yourself out to socialize more, like I said, with the limitation, seeing no limitations. And then we have a name. It says Ron, and it says Alzheimer's or dementia. I feel like you have someone with you that is in spirit now that passed from or had Alzheimer's or dementia when they passed. I'm feeling like maybe it could be a time around that resonates with you, around their birthday, around the time of their passing. There's this time at this moment is a time for celebrating. Like I said, it could be that you're coming out of your hermit self, so that's reason to celebrate, because when you've been a hermit for a while, and then you come out and you start mixing with people again, it's a completely different energy. No, when you're by yourself, it's different. It's a different energy. So that can be for that. But I do feel like there's someone around you that you're celebrating their, or it's around the time of their birthday passing, or yours, that they're with you around this time. There is a celebration around this time though. Yeah. So I hope that made sense. It's kind of like you're coming out of your shell. That's what it feels like. It kind of feels like a snail that has been, or a bear that has been stuck in his cave hibernating, and now it's time to come out and start sharing and being involved in the world. That's what this really feels like. Yeah, maybe you had some ideas that you were too fearful of going after because of this I am limitless, and the out and about kind of networking and talking to people, and you didn't really have that confidence to be able to do all of that. And now it's like, you know what, I'm ready, I've got this, and you do have it. Yeah, that's your message, Danny. That's your message. You're welcome. Should I be sweet and loving with joy today and keep being chill and laid back? What's the difference? You can be sweet and loving with joy and feel chilled and laid back. No, why does there have to be one or the other? Why can you not be all? Ruby. Interesting question, Ruby. Yeah, very interesting question. Anyone else there that would like a reading? Because I'm not trying to force it or be too pushy. Should I be sweet and loving with joy today or keep being chill and laid back? Are you talking about towards somebody else? I don't really understand your question from the way that you, because I'm not trying to force it or be too pushy with her. Who's her? Her is somebody else, or her is you? We are in the midst of working things back out after a breakup, so I'm not trying to run her away. Okay, you're talking about somebody else. So should you be sweet and loving with her today, or should you be chill and laid back? I think that it's like all the same thing. If you're chill and laid back, then that is sweet and loving, isn't it? It's, I don't know. Ruby, do you want a reading? Shall I give you a reading? Do you want to see what the message comes out for you? I think you should just trust what you feel. If you feel like you want to call, you want to be around her, you want to be chill, then be chill. If you don't, then don't. How you feel shouldn't be determined by them. How you feel is your prerogative to feel however you choose to feel, regardless of how they feel. If you're working your energy based on where they are, then that means that you're manipulating your own energy to suit other people, not to suit yourself. So like you said, you don't want to force anything, so just be who you are. It was just an interesting question. I love questions, and they make me think. So, and I like when my mind starts analyzing something. So it was a nice question. It was a nice question. See what comes up for you. Ruby. Or Ruby. Rubby. Ruby. I say Ruby. Ruby. Let me drink a little bit of water. Wash off the other ones. Ruby. Ruby, Ruby, Ruby. Ruby, Ruby, Ruby. Ruby. May this reading be for the highest spirit of Ruby. May you receive the information you need, and may you be open to receiving. Ruby, I'm seeing something. I have some cards that I use. They're my own designed cards. I don't have them out today. I'm just using the calabash today. But I do have some cards, and I use animals. I like tube. Rube. Okay. Thank you. Rube. Yeah, and I have some pictures in front of me. They're like abstract paintings me and my daughters did. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm not sure you were here, but I use these types of messages. I use standard deck of cards to read, and I have animal cards that I created because I see animals. But I also see things in whatever it is that I'm looking at. It doesn't matter what it is. I can see something in it. And one of these paintings is showing me a black panther. And the message for the black panther is stuck in limbo. It's like there's a lack of expression. I'm going to show you the card. I will show you the cards because I'm seeing the cards so firmly in my mind. Yeah. This is the card. It's got a lot of blue. And the particular blue that it is, it always makes me think of expressing. So I feel like there's a lack of expression, a lack of being able to express. And because of this lack of, I'm leaving this here, lack of being able to express, I feel like that's what has kind of been getting in the way maybe of you being able to move on with this person. Because when we're feeling stuck, it's like something needs to change. And this breakup is creating that something to change, creating you to get out of this stuck in limbo. Because it's like, the panther looks like it's in motion, but with all the feet black, it's like they're all in this place of, they don't really know where they're walking to, what they're doing, they're kind of lost. It's a bit like quicksand. Then we have Jennifer, which means a rampant inner bully. Names for me give me messages, and the message for the name Jennifer tells me that you have a rampant inner bully. You speak harshly to yourself. So yes, you should be sweet today, basically. You speak harshly to yourself, and because you speak harshly to yourself, sometimes you react in certain ways that you wouldn't if you were nurturing to yourself. So this is about you starting to give yourself self-love. Stop listening so much to what the bully inside you is offering, and listen a bit more to the nurturing part of you, so that you're able to move, you're able to shift out of this place that you're in. Wow. Rube. It says wedding, ready to commit. Wow. This could be like, let's say I'll use you as an example. Let's say you wanted to get married, but your partner wasn't ready to get married. That would feel like you're stuck in limbo because you want to move on, but they're kind of pulling the brakes and they're not allowing you to move on and to get married. And because this is just an example, okay? You fit it however it makes sense to you, but it's an example of the kind of situation this could be. So you would like to get married, but your partner is kind of like, nah, I'm not so sure. So because they're not so sure, you're going into you, and you, with this rampant inner bully, it's like, there's something wrong with me. What's wrong with me? I'm not good enough. I'm not, she doesn't love me enough. Or you did say she, didn't you? I'm not worthy enough. I'm not deserving enough. I'm not nice enough. I'm not kind enough. Whatever it is, whatever the enough is, it's like going on. And ready to commit is, you're ready to commit. But it's like, it's not normally one person that's ready to commit. No, it's usually two. But I feel that this ready to commit is more about you being ready to commit to yourself. She wants to get married soon, but I was kind of waiting and wanting to plan it all out. Okay, it was the other way around. All right, so the scenario makes sense. Wedding ready to commit is, it's about you deciding to commit. It doesn't mean that you're deciding to commit to this relationship, but it does mean, because I mean, it's come right with the rampant bully just there. I feel like it's you committing to yourself, to give yourself what you need first. And I spoke about this before doing any of this, when you asked your question, because it was an interesting question. It led to kind of ideas about you. Which was, oh, I can't, it's gone. Yeah, your own self-worth, how you really feel about yourself, and offering yourself the nurture that you deserve. So that could be the commitment that this is talking about, offering yourself that nurture that you deserve, so that you really know what it is that you want. Yeah. Archangel Samuel, set intentions for manifestations. Exactly. What is it that you really want? Set intentions for manifestations is about you deciding what you want. Where are you putting your focus? And where your focus is going, how does that feel to you? Is it feeling heavy? Which means that that's not the right thing for you to be focusing on. Focus on something else that helps you to continue to move, continue to create, expand. The white pelican. I am clarity. Exactly. Because this isn't clarity. The only reason this is not clarity is because you've been listening to your inner bully, the part of you that it holds you back a lot because you're listening to it so much. So if you put a little bit of energy, and it's really just a little bit of energy, in listening to your higher self, the self that isn't offering you all of this, or you question your inner bully, that might be beneficial to you. You question your inner bully when it tells you you can't. You know there's certain things that you've done. You know that you're brave. You know that you're courageous. You know that you've got this. So when it tells you that you can't, you can then give it a different response. You know what? I can. I've got this. I can do this. I can. Which is committing to yourself. It's nurturing yourself. And it allows you to move into this newer version of yourself, this version that you're setting the intentions for, in clarity. We have the name Sasha. This is a cousin figure. This is likely to be somebody that has passed, a cousin that has passed. It would likely be somebody that you were close to while they were living for them to come up in this reading. So a cousin figure, that it's not the name Sasha. Let go of the name Sasha. The name Sasha just for me represents a cousin. So it's not about you having a cousin called Sasha, but just that there is a cousin around you that you would have been close to that wants you to know that they are around you still. They're with you. Sorry, my candle just went out and I needed to relight. Needed to relight a candle. What is this? Yeah, this is what we've been talking about. The yellow, self-image. This is with the inner bully. Yellow for me is all about the body. It's all about how we perceive our body. And the rampant inner bully with the self-image, it's like there's certain parts of yourself you're not happy with. There's maybe there's even certain parts of yourself that are sick. Doesn't have to be, but there's certain parts of yourself you're not happy with, and you bully yourself a lot around this. This is like you moving out of all of that and you beginning to give yourself what you need, the nurturing that you need, the setting intentions for manifestation. So what is it that you want to see in your body? How do you want to feel about your body? Feel that so you are able to bring that into your world. It's like someone always saying, oh, I'm fat, I'm so fat, I'm so fat, I'm really fat, but then expect to be skinny. If you're constantly putting yourself down, it's a real big struggle to lift yourself up, to become that skinny version, because your body is only hearing, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat. So it's going to remain the way that you believe yourself to be, because that's what we do. We are what we believe. Yeah, so this is like you giving yourself a new idea of who you are, what you're about, or how you perceive yourself, so that you're able to walk forward just in complete love of yourself. Being able to speak your truths. I feel that that's something that you've struggled with, being able to speak your truths to yourself of how you're really feeling, and other people's feelings are always put in front of yours. So this is like you moving to a place of you really starting to commit to yourself, so that you're able to set your manifestations for yourself with the intentions that you want. And you're able to move closer and closer and closer to this newer version of what you've been asking for, because you have been asking for something different. Definitely been asking for something different. And then we have the name Nicholas, which it says car crash. So this could be the cousin figure. I'll put it there. It could be the cousin figure. It could be somebody else. But the name Nicholas in car crash for me is, it's not necessarily that the person passed from, it is somebody that has passed. Their name is not necessarily Nicholas. But it is someone that passed, not necessarily from a car crash, but it will be the way that they passed will be a quick impact. It will be instantaneous kind of passing. That person is also with you if it's not the cousin. You definitely be working on yourself, trying to better myself. You're doing a really good job, because this is all showing you that you're moving. It's not, this is stagnancy, but everything else is moving you. I am clarity, set intentions for manifestations. This is movement. Ready to commit, it's movement. You're doing a really good job. Rube, there's a word that we use. Trying is the word. And it's a kind, I don't like the word. I don't like it at all. And I'll explain why I don't like it. I don't like it because trying for me, like, I definitely been working on myself, trying to better myself. But by adding trying into that sentence, it gives this, I receive it as I've been doing it, but I'm not really sure how great I'm doing it. I'm not really convinced I'm doing it right. I'm doing it well, because I'm still not where I want to be. And I don't know how I'm going to get to where I want to be. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But there's not this real confidence or faith that you are a better version of yourself. You're still saying trying to be a better version of yourself rather than you are a better version of yourself. Can you hear the difference? When you're trying to be a better version of yourself, you've still not reached that place. But this is a different version of you. You're not the same. Maybe it was from the breakup. You're not the same. You have changed. And it may be the smallest of changes. It doesn't matter how big the change is. You have changed. And because you have changed, you are working from a better version of yourself. So you already are that better version. You are a better version. Claim it. Claim it. Well done, Rube. Yeah, this is really nice. It doesn't talk about your girlfriend other than the wedding, ready to commit. But honestly, I'm seeing that as you committing to yourself. I'm not even sure that your girlfriend is the right relationship for you, because I feel like that was an 8, you and your girlfriend breaking up. It was an 8. And the 8 is all about the universe getting involved in your life and making changes to create the manifestations that you have wanted, the changes that you have wanted. Now, sometimes we have to let go of people to be able to achieve these changes. And if we stay with certain people, we're not able to achieve the changes to the degree that we would without them. So I feel like the 8 and you, I feel like the breakup for you was the 8. The 9 is the opportunities that come from it. So from you and your partner breaking up, there's something that happened, because this for me is the number 1, the stuck in limbo. It's one of the number 1s for me. So it's like you went to the number 9 after this breakup, something come into your life. Somehow, some opportunity has come to you. And now you're at the number 1, and it's like you have this like the 9 is also about emotional trauma. It's when we feel so connected to the people that we're around that we don't want to let go, or we're so connected to our own trauma, emotional trauma, that we find it difficult to kind of let people in or let people go. It's both of them. It's like a tug of war, the number 9. But there is an opportunity that comes. Maybe the opportunity is that you're now in talks again. But the one of this, the stuck in limbo, is like there's changes that have happened within you, and this may not happen because you are not the same person. And if they haven't done the work that you've done, there's going to feel like conflict, because you're not going to be in the same energy. And when we're not in the same energy as somebody, when we're on different frequencies, there's conflict, there's friction, it doesn't work. Also, when we're in number 9, which is one of the places that you're coming from, when we're holding on to that trauma, we're not necessarily going to want to let that person go, because we don't want to be by ourselves. We don't want to feel lonely. We believe that we love that person, that we need that person. But sometimes things are taken out of our lives for the best for us, and we're really reluctant to flow with that best for us. But not completely official yet, yeah. It's like, allow yourself to be yourself. Them changes that you experienced, continue to allow yourself to experience them as you're moving into this relationship with her, so that it's this version of you she gets to know, because you're not the same version. So don't be that old version that you were. Allow yourself to express who you are now, and then see how the relationship develops from that, because maybe they've done the work as well and they've grown and you both grow together. That's possible as well. But this is definitely a new start for you, a new beginning for you, of being more clear in your own mind, your inner bully being less rampant, because you're now noticing it and paying attention to what it's telling you, and not allowing it to kind of hold you down like ball and chain that you can't move. Yeah, it's really nice. Well done, Rube, for your hard work. Yeah, well done. And remember, keep expressing yourself. Keep expressing yourself, because this whole card is for me, it's the throat chakra. Keep expressing yourself. Very beautiful. It's really about your self-empowerment, though. And through your self-empowerment, the relationship that's meant for you will come into your life. It's not about holding on to what you think is the right relationship, but allowing what is to come into your life, flow. Whatever that is. Could be that person, could be someone else. Right, Rube, thank you for that. That was really nice. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you've definitely made a big change. So maybe you're the 9. Maybe it is you that's the 9. maybe 9 is one of the numbers around you as well. I don't need to know your birthday, but I mean, in any of the numbers for your birthday, if there's a 9, 9 is something you're going to experience. And like I said, 9 can be a bit of a tug of war energy when it comes to relationships. And the majority of that, well, most of it, all of it, is coming from this place of having been hurt and let down and lied to and cheated on, and people being dishonest and people not being loyal with you, and this type of energy around you as you grew up. So it means that the relationships that you experience, you're experiencing them through your old emotions, those relationships, not from the newer ones that you've had, but the old ones. So what happens is when you're holding on to all of these emotions and you're walking forward with this person's going to lie, this person's going to cheat, or you have these doubts of this happening, what happens is we attract the people that are going to have these kind of things happen, because that's what you've been sending your energy towards. So what happens with the 9 is, like, you get into a relationship and you really want, 9 September is 9. I know you have a 9 in your birthday because of what you're saying. You sound like a 9, and what your girlfriend said as well about the changes in you. It's there would have been this tug of war going on. It's like there was battles, and the battles will come from when you feel insecure. There is this moment that it's like you're better off without them, because that's what you taught yourself. It's a really interesting thing how we are as humans. What you taught yourself was, I'm better by myself in my shed. The way I think of the 9, it's a message of, come on in out of the rain. And this is for anybody. This is not just for Rubert, but if any of you have a 9 in your birthday, then this is relevant to you as well. And even without 9 in your birthday, the date, how old you are now, or just because of what you're creating, you could be experiencing it as well. But a 9 is like somebody that was raised in this environment, like I explained. And what happens is, as you're growing, you very likely left home very early because you did not want to be in that environment anymore. You'd had enough. You were like, no, I'm just going to remove myself. So what happens when you remove yourself at a young age as well is that you become extremely independent, and you're not likely to ask for help, and you're not likely to receive help. Now, this is some of the challenges, some of the biggest challenges within a relationship, because if somebody wants to help you, but you don't want the help, and then you're annoyed with them because they haven't helped, or because you wanted the help, but you couldn't ask for the help, that creates battles within a relationship. The 9, the message is, come on in out of the rain. It's like you're in this shed, you're getting wet, and you have the door that can open, but you spend a lot of time with it shut because you're always defending yourself. You need to defend the love that you have, and you need to defend so that people can't hurt you. And that come because you'd had enough of being hurt. So you kind of created this shield around yourself of, no one can hurt me again. The only person that's ever going to hurt me again is me. Nobody else is going to do this to me. So it's coming from this type of place. And then when you have adult relationships, like I said, it's all based on these people from when you were young and how they treated you. That when you're insecure within a relationship, you will respond in the same way as you did as a child. You will shut yourself off. You'll move back into your shed and you're pushing away from that person. But then you love that person and you want that person. So you make your effort to go back towards that person. But you're still carrying this big rucksack of emotions and turmoil with you into this space of love and joy and happiness. I see it as like a shed, which you're in alone, and this beautiful house in front of you that is the potential of love, happiness, joy, opportunity. And that is a person for you. Let's say it's a person. And then you move towards this, but with this rucksack. So when the insecurity comes, you push it away because you're scared. And then you want them, so you go back towards them, but then you push them away, and then you get the idea. And for them, it's very difficult to deal with this type of energy because they just love you and they just want to be with you. So they don't understand why all of this is, all of these emotions are going on, because these emotions don't really have a lot to do with who you're with now. They wouldn't normally have a lot to do with who you're with now. It's all a projection of where you're coming from. Yeah. So the 9, but I feel like you've done a really good job with the 9, and you've done some work with the 9 of letting go of the people that have hurt you in the past, forgiven some of the energy, some of the yourself for the way that you've responded to people, to them for the way that they've treated you, and you're learning to let go. You've kind of just gone through a moment of being this tree that has all these autumn leaves, and you're letting all of these leaves fall away from you finally. It's so beautiful. Well done, well done, well done. Yeah, it's definitely been that's the 9. The 9 is like that. It is like that. It's one of the harder ones to get away from as well, but once you've become aware of yourself and of your reactions, of your insecurities, and how you respond when you're insecure, you'll start knowing that this is about you, it's not about them. And that one shift makes a whole world of difference, because you're no longer blaming somebody for how you feel. You're seeing it within yourself. It's just through your own limiting beliefs, your ideas, the baggage you're still carrying around, the trauma. You see that it's all coming from there, and you start dealing with it. It's not even dealing with it. You just acknowledge it. Just acknowledge it, accept it. This is how I feel. And it allows it to kind of, like I said, drift off like these leaves off a tree. It just happens. It happens. It's not something you have to really do. It just happens. Yeah. And 11 is really nice as well, because it's the ones. I did speak about the 1, but it's also a powerful number in that you are on your right path. You are being guided. You are being protected. You have a lot of love around you. Yeah, it's really beautiful. Yeah. Rube. Thank you for that. That was really nice. Really nice energy you have. You're I love feeling people in change, people in shifts, feeling the difference of where you're coming from, because where you're coming from was heavy, and where you are now it's lighter. It's lighter. It feels more expansive, spacious. Like you mentioned, chilling and being calm, no? Chilled and relaxed. That's how you feel now, rather than emotional and stressed. Yeah, really nice. Is anyone else here that would like a reading today? And the spiral, like the 9, whenever you've come across a 9 within your spiral, anybody that's here with a 9, any of the numbers, but whenever a 9 is present, which is usually present as we're going into a new phase. What was I going to say? It is a time of letting go, and that is a really emotional time. It is a very emotional time, and it's really giving yourself the support required to be able to go through that. Because 9 for me also is about opportunities. If you can put that bag down, what you walk towards is pure opportunity, open opportunities that are full of love and all that you've wanted. If that bag can be put down. Or when, not if, because I think that, most people will put it down at some point. So when it gets put down, your life changes quite drastically. Would anybody like a reading that's here? Would you like a reading? And thank you very much again for your question, Rube. Nice question. It took us far. Yeah, I'm going to make a video on the spiral of resistance for you guys to understand how the spiral works as well. I will be back another day for more lives. I'm not sure what day yet. I'm going to make myself a little schedule, guys. So I can be coming on and spending some time doing lives and also making videos as well. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful afternoon. Lovely being here with you. And well done on all your growth and expansions and creating. Take care. See you soon. Bye.